Our Prophet Salah alayhiam mentioned in one of his hadiths that the trees will start to speak when their time comes. But what is the hidden truth behind this mystery? Could it be that under their silent and peaceful appearance, they possess much more than we imagine? What I am about to tell you will certainly catch your attention. If you are ready, let's begin. The universe is filled with mysteries that we may not yet understand and may never have the opportunity to comprehend. In a hadith, it is said, even if the end of the world is imminent and you have a sapling in your hand, plant it immediately before the last judgment occurs. But why? When the apocalypse is about to destroy everything, why plant a tree that won't have time to grow and be of any use? Have we ever thought about this? Perhaps a truth that humanity has never noticed lives among us at the very heart of our existence. You may have heard that our ancestors spoke to their plants, firmly believing that speaking kindly to them made them grow healthier. Do you think they were ignorant, or were they aware of a mystery that we are ignorant of? What would you say if I told you that our Prophet Salah alayhiam had a conversation with a tree stump that, in its tears, revealed incredible things to him? And that before the Last Judgment, trees will speak to communicate with us? Or if I told you that according to our Prophet, a tree on earth could be considered the ant of humanity? Yes, you heard that right, an ant, like the familial terms used for an aunt or uncle. Imagine that a tree is the ant of us humans. Hang on tight because what I am about to reveal will stay etched in your mind for your entire life. That is why I advise you to watch this video until the end. Plants are present with us from birth to death in all aspects of our lives. When we are born, our loved ones bring flowers to our mother to congratulate her. For birthdays, visits to the sick, wedding anniversaries, we use flowers to express our love. During a dinner with a loved one, we ensure there is a flower on the table. We also use flowers to say goodbye to our loved ones at their funerals. Even after many years, we return to flowers to show our affection. We all know how our mood improves when we leave the hustle and bustle of the city to immerse ourselves in nature. Given the importance of plants in our lives, botany was founded a long time ago to study them. However, this science has mainly focused on the study of plant physiology. Until now, no one had thought to examine whether plants could have spiritual behaviors like other living beings, react to emotions and thoughts, be sad in negative situations, or happy during positive events. That was until Cleve Baxter, a famous lie detector expert in the United States who taught the use of the polygraph to police officers and security agents worldwide, had an interesting idea during a sleepless night at his school. Baxter decided to connect the electrodes of a lie detector to a plant in the room, a Dracaena, to see if it would react when water was poured on it. He poured a glass of water on the plant's soil, but the galvanometer showed no strange reaction. Water caused a physiological reaction, while the lie detector worked differently. Could this device, capable of detecting human reactions to stress and threats, work differently on plants? Baxter focused on this idea, then dipped a leaf of the plant into the hot coffee cup he was holding. Again, the machine showed no strange reaction. Perhaps he needed to try a more radical approach. He thought of burning the leaf to which the electrodes were attached. As soon as this thought crossed his mind, the polygraph recorded activity. Baxter was stunned. Did the plant perceive this intention even though it was not yet executed? He left the room to fetch a match, and upon his return, he observed an even more marked reaction. Then he pretended to light the match and burn the leaf, but this time there was no reaction from the machine. Baxter then wondered if the plant could differentiate between real and fake intentions. Was it a mere coincidence, or was there an underlying reality? That night marked the beginning of a new research journey for Baxter. Over the days, experiments followed one another without interruption. Baxter first sought to ensure that the movements recorded by the machine were not due to a technical malfunction. Everything worked correctly. He also asked other colleagues from different regions of the country to repeat his experiments. They observed similar results on dozens of different plants. All this marked for Baxter the beginning of a new vision of life. He also observed that plants seemed to establish an emotional bond with their caregivers. Through some of his tests, he found that even when people were miles away, their thoughts could provoke reactions in the plants. Plants seemed capable of perceiving human emotions and reacting accordingly. One night, during a conference, while presenting slides of these experiments, he noticed that the plants connected to the machine in his office, miles away, showed reactions. Is it possible that once a bond is established, it persists regardless of the distance? It may seem incredible, but as I mentioned before, our universe is filled with mysteries that science has not yet elucidated. Science consists in accepting that what we do not yet know can be true. Vlana said, "Those whose eyes and ears of the heart are closed to divine secrets cannot understand how a tree can speak and reveal truths." I will soon discuss how a tree spoke with our Prophet alayhiam and how other trees will communicate with Muslims before the Last Judgment. According to an article in National Geographic, although plants do not have brain neurons like other living beings, they could possess a form of memory still unknown. They could remember certain experiences for 30 days and perhaps even count. Monica Gagliano, a professor of biology at the University of the West, wrote an article that surprised all her readers. Monica owned a plant that not only remembered its experiences, but could also retain its memories for a month. This plant is known as Mimosa pudica, or sensitive plant in French. This name is not given lightly, as even a light touch is enough to make its leaves fold. It is a defense mechanism of this plant. Monica decided to conduct an experiment based on this behavior. She built a machine to gently drop pots of Mimosa pudica from a height of 15 centimeters onto a soft surface like a cushion, so as not to hurt them. With each drop, the plants closed their leaves, but after 60 drops for each of the 56 pots, the plants stopped reacting as if they had learned that this fall did not harm them. To further verify, Monica then took the pots and gently shook them. The plants immediately closed their leaves because it was an unknown threat to them. A week later, when she resumed the falling experiment, the plants still did not close their leaves. Even after 28 days, they no longer reacted to this fall. This shows that plants can have a form of memory and perception more complex than we thought. In her article, Monica explains that although plants do not have a brain, they possess a complex network for transmitting signals. Additionally, it was discovered that the carnivorous plant known as the Venus flytrap can count. This plant detects the presence of prey through small hairs inside its leaves. To save its energy, it only closes if its hairs are touched a certain number of times, confirming that it is indeed edible prey. Although science has made great progress, no one should consider themselves omniscient. What we know today is only a tiny part of what remains to be discovered. As Nikola Tesla said, "Nature and the universe are filled with laws of vibration and frequency that we have not yet discovered." Once understood, many things mentioned in my videos will make more sense, such as the idea that water can have emotions, or that sounds have incredible effects on the brain and the human body. According to Islamic tradition, when the angel Israfil blows the trumpet, the sound will be so powerful that all souls will be taken, and at the second blow, we will be resurrected. Think about it. Our prophet mentions in a hadith a tree with human characteristics. It is said that Allah created the date palm tree from the remaining clay that was used to create Adam alayhi salam. The prophet said, "Respect the date palm tree, for it was created from the clay of your father Adam." This tree shares similarities with humans. Both die if their head is cut off, have similar lifespans, and the date palm has distinct sexes just like humans. Moreover, the male date palm pollen has a smell similar to human sperm, and it has fibers similar to human hair. The different varieties of dates have colors that remind us of the different shades of human skin. In the past, when the prophet preached, he leaned against a date palm stump. However, with the increase in the population, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a minbar built so that everyone could hear him. During his first sermon from the minbar, something incredible happened. The abandoned date palm stump began to cry and moan like a human being. Descending from his new perch, the prophet went to the stump, smiling and gently asking why it was crying. The stump replied that it lamented no longer being in contact with the prophet. Another fascinating aspect concerns a tree named the Garqad. Before the end of times, after the descent of Jesus Isa alayhi salam to earth, it is said that a war will break out between Muslims and Jews, and the Jews will hide behind this tree for protection. The Hadith mentions that the trees will start to speak and reveal the hiding places of the Jews, except for the Garqad, which will remain silent. Nowadays, even Jews who do not believe in the Hadith plant this tree everywhere as a precaution. According to botanist Charles Samar, the Garqad is a bush known for its resistance to damage and fire. Its scientific name is Nitraria retusa, and it grows in Israel and Egypt. If a tree speaks to reveal the hiding place of a person, we might think it is extraordinary. But in fact, nature is full of surprises that science cannot yet explain. As I mentioned, many plants and animals possess hidden abilities. Every day, we are faced with mysteries that science has not yet elucidated. The fact that trees can communicate with each other and with us remains a significant question. So, could trees really have a form of consciousness, memory, and emotions that science is just beginning to explore? The mystery deepens. While some may remain skeptical, considering it as mere folklore or coincidence, others may perceive in these stories a profound and divine truth. After all, our understanding of the world and its mysteries is still in its infancy. As technology advances and science evolves, who knows what other secrets nature will reveal to us? What is certain is that we must remain open to these possibilities, continue to explore and learn, and respect the immense richness and complexity of the world around us. In the end, whether one believes in these phenomena or not, one thing remains true. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, filled with wonders that are waiting to be discovered. If you are fascinated by such topics and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the universe and the teachings of Islam, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to be notified of our next video. Thank you for watching, and may peace be upon you.